It can be just to promote you. But unless until the man himself do not promote himself, it is impossible. And there are some principles of working. If the principles are not there,
it's basically leading by example.
And that's why I told him, you should not work only for money. The problem is this only. And when money comes, there is no sky is the limit. Alright, for everybody sky is the limit. So you must have that things. Sorry, I'm not praising him, but to come to bring me today, I think he worked very hard. I don't think he is going to get some income to bring me over here. Really. Sorry, I'm not praising him. I think first time all over the world I'm traveling, very few people, maybe not more than 10, I saw passionately they want to call me for the session. Honestly, friends, I'm confessing myself. I told Ashish, free of charge I cannot do here because I had a lot of time and I had to do a lot of social things. But he hand over that Rithuban, your Rithuban. Then he transferred that work to Rithuban. Then Rithuban again shifted a lot of things from him to me, and I said, really I came over here. मतलब कोई भी काम passionately होना चाहिए. How it comes, nobody can give you, and I don't think it is required to teach. Now these people told that work they have started, their business can grow if they decide. Anyhow, I will do it. Tomorrow, if somebody is not getting to wash, you should ready to wash that cloth. You must get delivery. Maybe that order may be small. So that passion comes to you, then it is possible to make anjam. Otherwise, not possible.
So on the same field, HR field, like I wanted to ask you about the workforce. So almost like how many workers you have to hire? Like what we're doing is we are aggregators. We're getting the clothes and getting it to the service providers. Once the cloth is being like after it gets processed from the service provider back to the customer. So we want to know how many intermediate workers you have to hire from our side.
That's I cannot tell you because that economic data are with you. It depends on your expenditures. There's all costings and that. It depends on that.
Sir, how do you go about dividing your workforce? Because demand for your service won't be uniform everywhere. So you need to plan your workforce.
That's what I told. Suppose very small demand, then you start to work yourself. It depends.
So maybe in some region, say Malvinagar, you don't have only 2 dabbas demands and all to be delivered.
Then you can have that some household people you can hire. They can do it. So my family, suppose my wife is cleaning cloth for 4 people. If you give order for 5, she will clean for 9 people if she wants some income. You can just find out some housewives, those who want to enter this business as extra income. You can tie that.
How do you deal with the uncertainty? Means things, many times things don't go wrong as you expect them to go. So how do you deal with those strategic things and uncertainties at that point of time?
See, uncertainty does not happen every now and then. It happens very rarely.
Yes,
that's what we call uncertainty.
Yes, sir.
So rarely everybody is accepting.
Okay.
Uncertain, for example, about local train. Many people say, so local train is not running regularly in Mumbai. I'm sorry. Maybe in last 33 years I'm in Mumbai. I think in 33 years I don't find at least 10 times for me it was uncertain. Always it is certainly running. So if in 33 years 10 days I found uncertainty, I don't say it's a bad system. Once in a while means of course that big while, not small while. So local train may not be working. I think hardly one day in a year. Forget the 26th July 2005. Those days 5 days were not working. 1975 there was a strike for 22 days. So this uncertainty comes once in long time. So I don't think it is a very big problem for any business for uncertainties. Of course those business depend on season, depend on demand supply. They have to face more uncertainties. But I think that is reachable.
So I had a question about control. So when you start off with a business, at some point you feel that you need to be involved with every little detail of the business because you don't want anything to be even a full stop or a dot off.
Excellent.
But very, very soon as you start growing your team, you need to start letting go of that control so that people can do their own work by themselves, and they look up to you for advice rather than for jointly working with you. So how did that transition happen for the whole system which you are developing? What was a good thing?
Losing control does not stop monitoring the work. If you delegate the whole things to your team, you do not involve, but you must monitor consistently. On my team, I must have faith, but I should know what is happening every now and then. If you just delegate, if you just lose the control and you feel that they will do, and you are not monitoring, it's very difficult to get the work done by or from your angle. And if you don't know ins and outs, then you will not be the entrepreneur.
Okay, if I can just ask one more question.
Please.
Supposing we are running a tech startup. A startup which, we are running a startup company which has a heavy technology aspect to it. It's not the main aspect, but it's a very heavy aspect. The group which has founded the company does not have a strong technology background. They've got the thing outsourced. Now they're building up a team inside. So right now the entrepreneur doesn't have a very good idea about the ins and outs, as you're saying. So even monitoring progress, performance, etc. becomes a little bit more difficult because you can't say that, you know what, I'm going to quickly go through your code and see if you've actually done it right or not. And I think at those stages, for example, I probably struggle. And I don't think there's any one solution to it. But even when we talk about monitoring, what are the kinds of formats of monitoring which you would do? For example, your monitoring could be to see all the numbers on the board and say that, you know, we are falling off on this one. But maybe in the early days, that was not even part of the monitoring system. It was much more personal, I would imagine.
No, monitoring is not technological I'm talking. Now, I may not be having any knowledge of technology, what business I'm doing. My monitoring means whatever the product, whether it be service or manufacturing, I should see all deliveries, all production, all works happening, what expecting. That's all monitoring. And in that I must interact with maybe inside people, outside people, suppliers, producer, end distributor, consumers, everything. If I'm taking care, that's all monitoring.
Sir, if we talk about HR issues, there are few jobs which are very interesting and everybody is willing to do. But especially research company, there are few jobs which are monotonous and nobody is really willing to do, especially in a startup like what I'm handling HR for Tuesday. So after, even if I get some people to work on those jobs, after some time they start complaining about that. So what can be the solution to this problem?
I don't believe in monotonous word. See, everything is monotonous. If you say, I'm delivering lecture, so it's a monotonous. I'm a teacher last 25 years. Same syllabus, you know our education system. Even syllabus is same. I'm a commerce man. Just one topic from here to there, they will transfer, from there to here, they will transfer, that's it. So I'm teaching same, so I don't say it's a monotonous. Every job is monotonous. But again, the same points comes then. You must do that job not as a job, as your ownership. I don't think it's a monotonous will happen then. Simple, your mother, my mother. Every day they do same job. But she feel, my husband, my children. Like this, if job is done, I don't think I have a problem.
Sir, we have formed a Volunteer Connect. Basically, Volunteer Connect, it is, the vision is to inculcate the culture of volunteering in India. So what we are trying is that, there are some people who are inspired, who will go and volunteer, who will go and do social service. But then there are many who are not inspired, or due to some reasons are not able to volunteer. So what we are doing is, we are pursuing people's interest via volunteering. For example, if someone is interested in making a video, so even he can contribute by making a video